Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sechuayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE show. Cousin Tracy?
What's up?
How's your weekend going?
Just dandy.
Just dandy. That's a first.
I always use that term.
I don't. Okay, if you say so.
I do. That means it's
I'm
going.
glad it's dandy then.
Right.
All right.
Jeez,
Just
sister
dandy.
can't never be positive.
Oh man, episode 90. Yo, we really got to start
planning for 100.
Yeah, we got to do something big for 100. You know what I'm saying? That's a big number. You know what I'm saying?
The weather might be good enough so we can be remote.
Yeah. Now, if we do go remote, you're definitely coming to help me pack up all the stuff. I got a lot more stuff to pack up now.
It's
not like the
just
first.
Have guests come through.
Yeah, we can do that maybe,
Yeah,
or either that or you gotta help me pack. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have guests come through. Don't worry.
One of the two. On the cage, on the couch. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my words because Dandy threw me off, but I'm back now. You know what I'm saying? We have two special guests. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 of the Let's Get It podcast. And if you haven't seen that, I'll make sure I put the info up so you can check that out, especially to check out the episode that I was on. I was a guest on the Let's Get It podcast. It's definitely a great watch. You know what I'm saying? Something to get you off to a dandy start Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, I have my man Randy Dutkin right here to my left, and I have my man Jason Brice over there to my left as well. Fellas, just say what's up to the people real quick.
Hey, how we doing?
All right. How's everybody doing?
There we go. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you know, I've seen these guys around because they always do the showcases at Holy Cross and Paul Six and whatnot, do the games, the announcing of the games and all that type stuff. Jason actually worked with Tavares back in the day when I was coaching at Canada High. You know what I'm saying? He actually worked with Tavares. I didn't know that until, you know, we started speaking. And this was the first year that, you know, this season, basketball season, that I got to know these two guys. You know what I'm saying? Randy asked, would I be a guest on, I think we was at Paul Six when you asked me, right? Be a guest on the show. And then, you know, just rapping with Brice over there and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Two good guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the short amount of time I've known them, definitely great energy. You know what I'm saying? And definitely two good guys and guys that care. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get all into it. But, you know, Brice is a counselor, high school. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they genuinely care about these kids. You know what I'm saying? He had a great conversation with my manager that you met, Sanai, that was sitting behind her. She's the one that goes with Jason. Yeah, they had a great conversation, you know what I mean, about school. Like, where you going to college? What you going to do? You know what I mean? He was counselor on the spot at the game. You know what I'm saying? So
sometimes you got to meet them where they at.
Yeah, facts.
Absolutely.
Definitely facts.
Right?
Definitely facts. Definitely facts. So
I do. If I
go ahead.
I want to thank Randy, right? So, and of course, like you said, 2/3, whatever. Shout out Bullock.
Yes, shout out Coach Bullock.
But Randy's like we'll sit and we analyze, right, and then we go fishing. I say, listen, yo, you gotta talk to him right there, because he's like legendary. Yo, get him. We get him. Yo, we good. You know what I'm saying? That's true. And that's what he did. He got you, boom. So we sit back on the sideline, just sitting like, yo, go now, go now.
That's go now. Yeah. Well, like we always say, this is like, you know, the chasing of the dream. You know, and growing up wanting to do something like this.
Right.
So you know.
Definitely. That's what's up. I'm glad you guys could join us today. You know what I'm saying? Randy, let's start with you. Let's just talk a little bit about where you're from, high school, and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Let the people know. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm from this area. Like, I grew up in Cherry Hill. I went to Cherry Hill East High School, and I've been around here pretty much my whole life. I graduated. I went to Camden County, then I went to Rowan. So graduated from Rowan. You know, and I've been working in this area for a long time. You know, started out, I guess, when I was real young, working at Jefferson Hospital. I worked at Hampton Hospital. I've been in mental health and behavioral health for going on for about 18, 19 years now.
Okay.
You know, that's where I met Jay. You know, working in the mental health field. I do that, working with kids, and worked at Jefferson, working in the crisis center. Okay. Doing a lot of that intervention. You know, been coaching baseball all over here. Coached some of the travel teams, and I coached Camden High for a couple of years, coached at Timber Creek for a year. So that's a little bit about me and where I'm from, my background.
That's what's up. Most definitely.
And when I first met Randy, because we did meet at a job.
Here we go. Here goes the story.
We started together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. We started together at orientation. And, you know, I'm sitting there, you know, I'm a little older than Randy, you know what I mean? So we sitting there, I'm just about my business. So Randy comes in. And I promise you, I think like Randy had like the first case of like coronavirus back in like 2014.
This was 2014.
Right? 2014. Like, I mean, like he's sneezing. I mean, it's not like you know how you got like a dry sneeze. It's like
This was a cough.
like it was ridiculous. And he's sneezing, you know, snotting, whatever. He says, "Hey, hi, I'm Randy." And I actually shake his hand, right? Because I'm like. But immediately I go to the bathroom, like, let me wash my joint up, because you know, you start a new job, you ain't got no sick time, right? So you gotta, you know what I mean? But that was my first time meeting Randy, though, man. Randy's a good dude, man.
Well, hey, while we're telling stories, let's tell a little bit of story about yourself. Where you from with all like this stuff?
So, I'm originally from Long Island, New York, all right? And I left when I was 18, and I kind of traveled a little bit trying to like find myself, you know what I'm saying? Went to Lincoln, flunked out of there after a year. Then I was like, I'm back in New York. I'm like, nah, after having that experience at Lincoln, being on my own, I can't be at the crib. So my brother went to Del State. I slept on his couch down in Dover.
Hornets.
Yep, was down there 10 years. So we went to Delaware, we lived in Maryland, when I came up from Maryland, I came back here to Jersey, my wife at the time, we was like, yo, we got to pick somewhere that's between Dover and New York, and it happened to be Voorhees, New Jersey, you know what I mean?
So my question is, you slept on your brother's couch for 10 years. Did you get a degree from Del State?
No, I'm getting into that. But no, I slept on the couch probably like 4 years.
That was a degree right there.
I know, but I wasn't focused now, because now it's like dudes. Right? You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, the rent was $125.
Damn.
Out of like $562, you know what I'm saying? There was like 4 people in there, you know what I mean? And we were still late every day, so every month. So, but we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just young boys growing up, you know, when we got to do whatever.
Understood.
Yeah, so then I came out here, you know, worked a couple of jobs with this Steininger and Cherry Hill, whatever. Then I finally finished up my grad degree. Then, you know, just kind of going through it. I met Randy, was a case manager there for a little bit, and then, you know, best job in America. But I got 4 kids, man. So, yeah, and that little bit of money they was giving me wasn't working, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, yo, Dyfus called, gave me an opportunity. I was like, yeah, I'm good with Dyfus. Okay. But at that same time, I was starting my own business. And the lady that interviewed me was like, yo, yeah, you could counsel too, and work Dyfus. I'm like, all right, cool. But as soon as I get up in there, they like, nah, you can't do it. So I had to make a choice.
Right.
So again, I'm maneuvering. I'm like, all right, you know what? If I gotta leave a state job with 4 kids, I gotta have a heck of a plan. You know what I mean? So I had a plan. It worked out, and by the grace of God, to be honest with you, the guidance counselor position opened up at Pennsgrove, and my homegirl, Denise Johnson, shout out to her. We went to grad school together, and she put in a word for me, and it's been a wrap ever since. I've been at Pennsgrove High School ever since then.
That's what's up. That's my man, Dane, the head coach, right?
Yes,
that's
right.
Coach
that's another guy.
I got to get him on the show too. That's
good. He's a good interview.
That's going to be a real good interview. You know what I mean?
Well,
we played together,
offline,
coached against each other.
off topic.
Yes.
So we'll probably get to this at the end. But I have a nonprofit that deals with mental health in young people.
Daylight Foundation.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a passion.
What y'all
We'll
say?
have to get into that.
What y'all say? Y'all say y'all research?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, I research too. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's funny though too.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
We teach teen mental health first aid.
I like that.
And I'm also the only
that.
instructor in South Jersey able to teach adults youth mental health first aid. I got certified last week.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
look,
right. Yeah, no doubt.
I feel on that one.
it's still such an area that is still underserved and
Definitely.
misunderstood. So
And before we get in today, real quick, because y'all mental health, you know, that's my thing. Had a conversation with some guys that's in the athletic world, behind the scenes in the Camden circle. So I was telling them, I said, you know, the bottom line is, and we're not even gonna go elaborate into it, but when you have young athletes that are performing at an elite level, they need sports psychologists and or therapists. I've been pushing this for the last 10 years that when we got our young men out here playing at elite levels, and that's what they do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, go to school, play ball, play football, play basketball, whatever they do, they need somebody other than mom and dad, because they're not really going to tell mom and dad what they're going through, because mom and dad is expecting them to be the next big thing and expecting them to be the check, right? So every young man that's playing at elite level, or any female that's playing at elite level, these parents need to get them a therapist. It does have nothing to do with your parenting and nothing to do with their weakness. It's just another outlet for them. Now, in our community, that trauma and trauma-based issues and depression and anxiety comes out in aggression. So I'm already a warrior because I'm an athlete, right? And I'm already pent up and I'm hyped up. And now I got other stuff going on because now I got to make these moves, adult moves, but I'm only a minor, right? And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to punch somebody in the face. I'm going to get aggressive. So I told him, I said, listen, I've been harping this for years. It ain't got to be us. It ain't got to be daylight. But it's got to be somebody. These young athletes that are playing at these elite levels need a therapist. They need somebody to talk to. They need an outlet.
Absolutely.
The old men was like, yo, you right. Oh, I'm right today, but I've been right for the last 10 years, and y'all been ignoring me. But it's cool because now this water done boiled over and done spilled on the stove, and now we all sitting here looking like we got thumbs in our asses because something should have been done before that mess transpired.
Right, but you know what it is though. It's the stigma of it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people think that therapy is like a weakness, right? And it really isn't, because listen, a therapist, you can, there's talk out there between somebody that's licensed versus somebody that's not licensed, right? But at the end of the day, therapy is about you kind of conveying your thoughts and feelings with someone that you trust, who can then give you alternative ways of looking at things.
Right.
That is bottom basement what therapy is. So can that happen just by somebody that's like quote unquote a professional? Absolutely. But could it help? Could it find out from like a barber, or could it find out from like a coach, or whatever the case may be? So yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think the kids, they come with the pressure, right? And that's the thing. Like, I remember my son was like, oh, this guy want me to play football, blah, blah, blah. I could do this, that. I said, son, listen, let me tell you something. You can play for him. I said, listen, I don't need your touchdown pass or your jump shot to make it. So let's calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And you're not nobody's commodity.
Right.
Okay? You're my son.
Right.
So sometimes it's unfortunate pressure that these kids they're like the check, as you say, that they're the reason why, everybody else can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, I don't want to go there, but you know what I'm saying, one could maybe think that could that be the situation with Ja and his father? I don't know.
Right.
You could think about it a little bit in that angle a little bit. You know
But coming from where we come from, most young boys that got talent in their head, I want to feed my family.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And it's the pressure though, because
a
I
whole
make
lot of
one
pressure.
wrong move.
Right.
Everybody's depending on me. The way, I gotta get my mom a car, get her a house. You know what I mean? So my thing is, I always say, and I do it. I talk about it every time I can. Any athlete, male or female, that's playing at the elite level need
absolutely
the supports.
Yeah.
And supports is not just mom and dad, and supports ain't just because you think somebody want to get with your kid. Nah, they need somebody they can really talk to that's unbiased. That can just really, they can vent to and just be open up. But that's a story for another day. We're going to get into what y'all do, because I can talk about that all day, and I'm sorry for taking the moment.
But it's
needed.
necessary.
Yeah, it's needed.
I mean, even
definitely
as they
needed.
even continue to travel along to doing great things, right? Because let's think about it. Like, how would Ben Simmons be if he had a therapist?
A good therapist and somebody that can be honest with him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now, somebody in his camp, quite a few people in his camp, ain't being honest with their kid. And something else is going on. You know what I'm saying? And just like, as such, the first thing I said about Jai, when that came out, the first thing I said about him, because remember, he comes from a dual parent household. He's trying to be something he not. Something else is going on.
Something else is going on. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But even just to touch real quick, like you said, like even when I coach, like if my players aren't in a good space outside the field, then how can I expect them to perform on the field?
Facts.
So my thing is always like when I talk to them, it's not like are you ready? It's like what's good? How was your day? How's everything going on? Talking about that kind of stuff, and if there's something you need something outside of it, then let's talk about that. I don't care if you go 3 for 3 at the plate. If you go 0 for 3, but we worked out something outside the field, then that's a good day.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and again, when I'll say it a million times, people fail to realize your brain is a muscle. So if I'm working out and I'm getting my body right, if my brain ain't right, I still ain't whole. So you got to work that brain just like you working them biceps, triceps, them glutes, and everything, them abs. That brain is a muscle. You got to work that like you working everything else. And part of that is thinking healthy, thinking positive, having the coping skills and the tools and the mechanisms you need to think positive, to think clean. You know what I mean? To maneuver that way. So.
That's true. And before we move on, that's one thing that I definitely had to get better at. You know what I'm saying? I think this is my 13th year overall being a head coach, whatever. But just checking on them outside of the court. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't do. I mean, I'm just going to admit it. I didn't think to do it, or I didn't care to do it. I don't know what it was. I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But as I started seeing these kids, having problems outside of the court, the field, the diamond, like, all right, I got to start
and then,
making sure my
us,
guys are straight mentally. Like, you know
for
what I'm saying?
us, it hit home, right? It hit home. My son, star football player, D1, D2, D3, had the opportunity to go to the New York Giants, but he chose to take his life because he was dealing with some stuff that we thought was regular teenage stuff, right? Teenage stuff, because I didn't understand about it all, the depression, anxiety, the stress, and all that. I ain't understand it. So once it happened to us, we had to be like, whoa, we got to research. We got to get the information. We got to get the knowledge. We got to get the knowledge because we coaching kids. We got to figure out what's going on. And we can't just tell them to push through no more. The whole push through, it'll get better. Nah, it ain't going to get better unless you work at it and talk about it. You know what I mean? So, it just made us look at everything a little differently. I say all the time in workshops that I do, whether it's with kids, adults, men, women, whomever, church people, and whoever I do workshops with, I tell them all the time, my son died so we can learn how to live.
Absolutely.
Right? It was a lesson in it. And people look at me like, but you lost your son. Yeah, but we gained a whole lesson. Now I'm saving a whole bunch of kids. I lost one, but I may be saving 500.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Nah, shout out everybody down with the Daylight Foundation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Viewers out there, if you ever need somebody to talk to, reach out. You know what I'm saying? Reach out and talk to somebody.
And I don't know about you, but and Jay probably say the same thing. It always finds you in the community. Like it always does.
Right.
Like I know it could be a Wawa, it could be wherever.
Right.
It's just like if you're willing to give back and talk with people, like the aura is out there. Because I've had random conversations with somebody and all of a sudden you're talking about whether their mental health or a family member struggling with something. It just seems to find you because people know like it's like a given gift.
It's the energy. It's the energy.
Exactly.
You can feel the energy.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's
You can
what's
feel
up.
the energy.
That's definitely what's up. All right, let's get into it. we just talking about the
Going
script
left,
and the
right,
questions,
going left.
but no, that was definitely, we needed that. You know what I'm saying? We definitely needed that. Now let's get right into it. The Let's Get It podcast. You know what I'm saying? How did that come about? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we?
I mean, so I guess if the first thing is start, I have to give a shout out to one of our coworkers, Anna, who used to always joke that she thought she was sitting next to Kornheiser and Wilbon. Because we had cubicles next to each other, and every morning he'd come in and he would bust my chops about my Phillies or whoever it is. And we just kind of
Eagles, whoever it is, you know who it is.
Well, whatever the season called for, and we were just back and forth. We were always talking about it, and we just talked about the goals of wanting to loving sports and loving broadcasting and journalism, and that's just kind of where it started from. And I remember that it just kind of when it first started out, it was just Jason and I.
Okay.
And it actually started out on a couch. Because we did it in the living room.
Okay.
To start it off. Now we have the studio.
We're off to a good start there. We started ours on the couch.
So, and that's kind of, I said, and then it just kind of grown. Obviously, I thank Jason with the four walls and with having the studio. I mean, just being able to build it. And I think it's a vision that like we've both, really, along with Coach Bullock, have continued to grow. He's kind of given me some reins to run with it a little bit. But I wouldn't be anywhere without him.
That's what's up.
So
I appreciate that. Yeah. So we were at a job, and I think Randy. So we just through conversation. Randy was like, "This is," he wanted to do it,
Right.
and you was actually thinking about going to school. Right?
Okay.
that's right.
Right,
Broadcast
yeah,
school.
right. See, just the little details, you know what I'm saying?
I don't have great memory. I'll be honest.
Well, I do.
My memory's
I
not
do.
good.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, I can help you with that.
So you wanted to go to school. I'm like, nah, you ain't got to go to school. We can just do our own thing, whatever. But at the time, you know what I'm saying, like, it just didn't work out because, he's doing what he's doing, and I'm trying to, try to help my kids' situation.
Right.
I was a single father raising my kids.
Right.
So it's like, I got to
Right.
figure some things out. So when I was able, through the grace of God, to be able to figure that out, then I'm like, yo, man, what's up, man? Like, yo, I think we should do it. And the decision, it's all like, everything to me is all purpose driven, right? So, the decision that I decided to take a chance on buying this piece of equipment.
Okay.
Because for me, it was tough for me because we all know.
Right.
It ain't $20
Nah,
right
it's
there.
not.
You know what I'm saying?
It definitely
So
is not.
I said, well, should I do it? And I finally said, yo, I'm just going to do it.
Okay,
And then
okay.
build it. And the funny thing is the same day that, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, he died, that's the day I went and got it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just say, yo, let's just try to do it. And
Right.
he said he was with it, and then we just started going from there. And then, me and Coach was cool because he used to coach my son. He's been
Okay.
coaching my son since a little man.
Okay.
Him and his son is cool
Right.
and all grew up. And I ran into him during the coronavirus
Okay.
when we was
Yes.
all masked up and everything. We was washing groceries. Was y'all washing groceries? I ran
You
into him.
was watching groceries?
Yeah, I was washing groceries. But, so I ran into him in the shop, right? I'm like, yo, listen, you think you might want to jump on the joint, whatever? He was like, yeah, because
Right.
what could you do?
Right,
during
right.
Coronavirus,
Yes.
but the
Yeah,
last
well,
dance. That's
right.
the only thing that was
Yeah.
going on.
Right,
That kept us going.
And the Trump presser conferences kept me going, too, because they was a little hilarious. But anyway, those were the things that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we started from there, and then we saw the chemistry. I'm like, yeah, come on, keep coming on. And I was like, yo, you know what? Yo, let's just do a trio and let's just make that happen. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing it ever since. It's always been my I guess my alter ego is a producer. I used to make beats for a long time.
Okay.
That was my dream.
Okay.
To be a producer and to make beats, and I was nice with it, but it just didn't work out for me. You know what I mean?
So actually, how long have y'all been doing the podcast?
So we probably been doing this podcast since
Well, I know we're coming up
I
on
don't want to
3.
put you out there. I kind of want to put you out there, but I want to save it though, Randy, because you made some coronavirus predictions on one of the first episodes, but I'll leave it alone. So we've been doing it probably since, I'm gonna say, late February, March 2020.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, hell no, I wasn't washing my groceries. Fuck it. I was like Janet Jackson was a poetic justice, kissing my shit up to God. It's gonna be what's gonna be.
I know that's
I didn't
right.
wash my groceries
Okay.
either. I'll be honest. No.
Kissing
Well, I
up with
washed
what?
them. I was
like,
Remember
whatever's
she did
gonna
that and
No, I got
she
you,
wiped it
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
listen, and you know we old school, we used to eat shit off the floor, off the ground, kiss it up to God, make it all better.
Right. Yeah, it was like a 5-second rule.
5-second rule, right.
But some floors there ain't no second rule. I don't even
No
want it.
second, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't even want it.
nah, I'm good.
Nah. They good.
I'm good.
That's all right.
I'm good.
But my situation, I'll be honest with you, and I probably wouldn't have been doing it either. But unfortunately, earlier that year, probably September 27 to be exact, my son was diagnosed with cancer.
Oh wow.
So
I did read that.
So it was not only we had to.
Yeah, it's a lot of different.
And then when he was still in chemo,
Right.
coronavirus hit, so it was like, snap, like how we gotta, you know what I'm saying, do whatever,
Understood.
you know what I
Respect.
mean?
Yeah.
How's he
So-
doing now?
Oh, he's doing really well. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
He's
mind
in-
me asking which kind of cancer?
It was cancer of the tissue and muscles called rhabdomyosarcoma. It was one of those things like you just never know. I mean, I was chilling. I was on my way to drop him off to his mother, and I was going to this spot. Little jazz, I don't know if y'all like jazz, but it's a little spot in Philly called South Jazz
Yes,
Club. I was on my way to South, and then he was like, nah, because he had got hit in the groin playing basketball. And I'm telling him like, well, yo, son, like, yo, welcome to manhood.
Right. Welcome to manhood.
Welcome to manhood. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can decide whether
Right.
you're going to wear a cup
Right.
or you're going to learn how to maneuver
Right,
a little
right,
differently.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But it just wasn't that normal response
Right.
to when you get hit like that or whatever. And it just went left. And 3 o'clock in the morning, he was like, yeah, I think it's cancer. I'm like, what you mean you think, though? You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So we had our little thing, but you know, like I said, through the grace of God, he's been good.
That's what's up.
You know, healed or whatever. Still playing ball.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went and played
he's a
ball. They
great
did
young
a
man.
story on him, NJ.com and 6 ABC.
Okay,
They did a story on him because he was playing with Easton.
Okay.
And you know, he was doing this thing a little bit. So you know, look forward to. He should be in. He reclassed him because he missed that year. And
Right.
He tore his ACL
Okay.
in the playoff game out in Central Regional or whatever. So he's got one more year, so he should be
Okay.
all right though.
That's what's up. That's what's
And,
up.
you know, I always like to
I'ma
say
look-
I would take a strong part in toughening him up.
Yeah, we used to play ball. We used to have like a mental health awareness, and we would practice because we would play in different CMOs or
Okay.
whatever. And my son, you know, he was coming out and play with us and whatever. Shout out Jones and all them. And you know, Randy be guarding them, and then you know, Jay will be doing them. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
He be doing them.
He said,
And we
wait,
was
wait,
like,
wait,
ooh. So then one time Randy clotheslined him, and then I'm like, yo, listen, you my friend, but that's my son, bro.
Relax.
He only 10, yo.
No, you know,
he only 10.
We toughened him up. We toughened him
Doing
up.
them.
You know what?
Yeah,
Now he drives with no hesitation.
Yeah.
So-
Good now.
That's is that Crawford? One of the Crawfords? Coach at Eastern?
Yeah. Kevin
Yes.
Crawford.
Yeah. I haven't played them in a minute. I might reach out. Yeah, I'm saying.
I thought no, y'all played because it was one time I thought we was gonna play y'all, but we played at a tournament. It was in Cherokee. It was like what's the coach's camp?
Yeah, that's
Tournament
he runs it all the time.
two
Yeah.
years ago, something like
He
that?
still has it. Yeah.
So
We played it all
but
the
no,
time.
we wound up playing. I think Dome.
Okay.
Or whatever like that,
Okay,
so.
that's what's up.
It's all good.
That's what's up. Now, Brice, let's talk about that the four walls
Yeah.
corporation a little bit, because I remember when I first looked for your show, Let's Get It podcast, and Four Walls kept popping up. I'm like, am I putting in the right tagline? You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that a little bit.
So Four Walls is it's a counseling agency. What it will be when it's finally, I think everything comes in phases, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're in like the first phase, moving to the second phase now.
Okay.
So that's a blessing. But what we will be is your complete comprehensive mental health wellness center.
Okay.
So we're going to be a community center plus
Okay.
mental health. So we want to bring all of that and
Gotcha.
combine it.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's at the end.
Okay.
Where we're at now is what we'll offer counseling services in Camden County, Burlington County, Salem, Gloucester, Cumberland County, and Essex County
Okay.
up there in Newark, New Jersey,
Okay.
down there, right? How it came, it was a lot of different things. 'Cause originally, people don't understand. Four Walls was originally going to be a daycare.
Okay.
And I was going to do it like a daycare
Okay.
learning center, right?
Okay.
Because I'm like, I didn't really understand how I could maneuver
Right.
in Jersey.
Gotcha.
yet.
Gotcha.
But then when I was able to kind of figure out, like, you know, I got credits to be licensed as a counselor. All I got to do is take the test.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'll do that. I got credits for this. Oh, I'll do that. But all that started out of rejection because I was working the job. Me and Randy was working the job. And again, these are great individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I love them dearly. But, you know, due to business, how business is
Right.
sometimes. You know, I think sometimes there's sometimes there's a lack of equity, in my opinion, right?
Okay.
So I was working at the job, but I already had a master's.
Okay.
But I was getting paid like I had a bachelor's.
Gotcha.
And it was like, I didn't know what to do. So now I went to try to get promoted, and I got turned down. And that really crushed me because, like I said, I'm living with my kids. I'm raising them. I'm living with them. And we're really struggling in all
Right.
these. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Atlantic City Electric Bill. They're the only bill that I know that you can get up like $3,000 and they will not cut you off. As long as you pay it when that yellow envelope comes, you be good money. But long story short, though, I had to make a maneuver. So while I was doing the job with him, I was building the business.
Okay.
So I was good at it, and I could type really good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I would do my work in 2 days, and then build the business for the rest of the days.
Okay.
And then, everything kind of just lined up, and I was able to get a contract, and we just been going from there, man.
That's what's up.
You taking clients?
I'm taking clients. I'm also taking employees, so that might be an offline conversation. But I'm definitely in recruitment
we need
mode.
to talk.
Oh no, yeah. Y'all, what you say? You do your research.
We need to talk. Real live talk.
That's what's up.
The cool thing about this too is like watching him grow. Like
Okay.
it's almost
Right.
like a, I laugh because I look at because I was sitting there watching him with all the thoughts and the first printout of the Four Walls logo right there at the desk, and you were like, "What do you think about this? Should the lines be this way, that way?"
Right.
And just to see it grow into what it has, it's like I know it sounds funny to say, but I'm so proud of him as a
That's
friend
what's up.
to see how far he's come.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And listen, my man told you how the line's supposed to be. Give him a little. My homeboy, he support.
He looked out.
No, I'm just
Randy.
Don't bring up the driving.
Right, Randy. What Randy would do is, I'm telling you, I was really struggling.
I've been getting thrown under the bus in this left and right.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know, Randy.
No, it's okay.
Randy, you might need to put some bumpers on your ass.
I know, right?
I had a 99 Maxima with like 400,000 miles on it. Word. So Jersey, you can't get like no inspection. They would bypass you. Like I couldn't pass it. So it was scary riding to work. 'Cause I could tell you back streets from Voorhees to Burlington, all over. I was back blocking it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Back blocking it.
So, but my car would break down, and then Randy lived in Voorhees sometime.
Okay.
At one point in time, I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta come pick me up, son. we gotta go, and then so he would pick
But
me
he
up.
gonna tell me how to drive my car.
Right, because my kids was in the car. We had to drop my kids off, and then we had to
did
go
do
to
that,
work.
yeah.
Damn.
Right, yeah. I was struggling.
I know.
No, because
Randy, I know every year for your birthday you get a good gift.
No, actually, never
he
received
He
one.
gets a shout out.
I've never received one.
But
I've never
check it.
received
You better not even
No.
think.
No, but check it.
But now
would
that you do say that,
hold up, you would say something too. It's like February.
listen,
It's like hold up. It's cold. We're culturally
Right.
different. It's
It's
all
a cultural
good.
thing.
It's all good. But it's like February, and it's like a glimpse of sunlight. He got all the windows down, banging country music. I'm like, dude, nah, dude, you gotta roll that up, bro. Like,
My kids be the quarter cold.
Yeah, and listen, I'm a June baby, and I'm born, and
born in August.
I'm from this type of country where we warm. We can't. It's just cold, bro. You know what I'm saying?
it's true. He was telling
So
me how
I'm
to.
like, yo, listen, you got to roll that up.
Yes.
Roll them
Yeah,
up,
that's
you know what I'm
funny.
saying?
One time I remember looking, I was like, if you want to ride, it's going to be.
Right.
He was like,
So, nah, Randy's a good dude, though. Randy's a good
That's
dude.
what's
They
up.
always
That's
said we
what's
had. They used to teach us at the job. They say we had a bromance. Like we was always like. We were always
Well, clearly,
arguing.
yeah, clearly.
We were,
Yeah, I feel it. The energy.
I do.
Yeah.
We used to always, cause he get mad if the Phillies or the Eagles lose. Oh, he get mad.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I go
yeah.
in on him. I'm like,
Listen.
y'all should have started Tebow.
Yeah.
Tebow was a winner.
Oh,
Why
man.
you ain't bring him on? You got who was the quarterback then? What was it?
Sam Bradford?
Sam Bradford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
his name, Sam
so
Bradford.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
I forgot about
we
him.
always had
Yeah, I
jokes.
forgot about him.
You know what I mean? We always had jokes. So.
Yeah,
It's
nah,
like,
you
it
can
seems
see it.
like, yeah, you can see it. You can sense it. It's
see it
kind of
on
like
the,
what we got going on. That's why I
Yeah.
stuck around, you
Yeah.
know. Initially, I was a guest, right?
Yeah.
okay.
I was a guest, right?
Okay.
And we was talking about mental health. It was like July, right? We was talking about mental health for athletes.
Right.
And then people viewed them was like, yo, nah.
Yeah, you
The
should
got a little
energy
joint,
is,
joint.
yeah, the
Yeah,
energy.
yeah.
And we got to keep reminding people every week that we're really related. Like, we're
okay.
blood
Tired of that.
related.
I'm tired of that question.
Yeah, we tired. Like it's just like, I don't know what they think we got going on. Somebody asked us, I
Yeah,
was
somebody
his wife.
thought we was married.
Oh wow! But that speaks volumes to the connection, though.
Yeah,
So
facts,
that's a good
facts,
thing.
facts,
You know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Those are good
facts.
things. You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
I had her on episode 2.
Okay.
We did a little mental health piece, and then people was like, "Yo, she gotta be on every episode."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's
absolutely.
funny. I've said that too. I want to know because I've said to you the other day, what episode are we at?
No, and we only thought about numbering episodes.
After I was watching yours, I
we
said,
we learning too.
I said, we have to be probably, so that's...
Just go back into your archives and just kind of count them, and then next week or whenever y'all go, because y'all Mondays, right? Sunday
mornings.
Then tomorrow morning, y'all can be like, this is episode 200 and... Because y'all got to be, if y'all started doing Corona, and y'all do every week.
For a minute. And I mean, for the most part, it's every week. Life gets in the way.
We know.
We definitely know that.
That was when, and this is where, because we used to record it, and then I didn't even, because now we go live.
Yeah, they go live with it.
We just hit it. It's just be easy.
We used to record it.
Yeah, they live it.
And we wasn't even video.
No.
We was audio.
Audio? Okay.
Right.
SoundCloud.
That was our, because I remember one of our first episodes, a friend of mine joined, and it was just on the phone.
It's on the phone.
I forget. And then I remember we got the video, and we were in the living room, and your cat used to always jump.
Rocky
would be this cat.
Rocky's a cat, but he's like a dog, though. I trained him like a dog.
I trained him like a dog.
Like a dog, a gangster.
A gangster cat.
Right.
Gangster
He's still
cat.
around? Rocky's still around?
Absolutely.
Gangster cat.
Yeah, well, we got to record and edit because I'm a woman, right?
Right.
And he got to make sure he's getting the best, because I just was even looking at, week before last, I usually have gone on 3-4 vacations by now,
Sure.
and I haven't.
Okay.
And the light is flaring me out.
Yeah.
I'm looking real light skinned. I'm looking like Randy. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? I saw you glance over here, and you were like, she's going to make a joke about that. And I was okay with it. And she was like, I think I can make this. I feel comfortable.
Listen, even if I wasn't comfortable, I would have done it. You ain't learned nothing about Cousin Tracy. She coming from the hip.
It's very funny because, like I said, where I grew up in Cherry Hill was very, very closed off. And as I grew older, and I started working in Burlington City and working in Camden.
Bro, you was on the east side of Cherry Hill. We knew not to go over there.
That's what I mean. But it's funny because I'm like, man, this is the world I enjoy. This is so much more fun.
But you cool. I don't got no, But I'm just saying, I just know complexion-wise, when you watch this tomorrow, you're going to be like, Tracy was right. We kind of look like we were She needs some vitamin D up in her life. So we got to edit to make sure my big cuz is getting the right glow.
Get the color right and everything.
Get the glow right.
But I'm matter of fact, I'm talk to you when we finish about that going live situation.
No.
Why not?
That'd
be fun. We can try it. We can try it.
But you know what? But I'm telling you what it is. You know what it is? It's because it's like, you know what it is? Do you got an air fryer?
Yes, I do.
You love it, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It's better than cooking on the stove, right?
Yes, it is.
That's what live is. It's just like an air fryer. You set it and forget it, and you ain't got to worry.
Yeah, we're going to have to try that. We're gonna try
I don't like that. The analogy of all of that. Live and air fry. You know what?
I pull it from all over.
I'm so used to it that I knew he was going to say set it and forget it. Before he even said set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it, and then you're done. That's it. You're done.
That's it.
Because y'all, I'm sure y'all busy as I don't know what.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't realize I'm busy till I'm busy.
Right, yeah.
Somebody, like I said, when I was talking about that the mental health for the athletes,
right.
They was like, I'm retired.
Okay.
But I work full time at a family school.
That's what's up.
Then I got my nonprofit.
Wow, that's what's up.
I do community engagement.
Okay.
I'm a community stakeholder. I do this podcast.
You coach.
I coach.
Oh, okay.
I'm a mother of two, a grandmother of two. I watch my grandkids 3-4 days a week.
Right.
Oh, and I'm a great girlfriend / soon-to-be wife,
No
right?
doubt.
Cooking and the cleaning. And I'm like,
Well, you're air frying.
not all the time.
I'm joking.
Not all the time.
I'm joking.
He a little old school. He like, so you're not going to put that in the oven? This is when I knew he was old school. When we first moved, we moved in together. I'm buying stuff for the kitchen, right? Because we went in with nothing.
Sure.
Just clothes and shoes.
Sure.
We going to do all this together.
Right.
I was like, I got to get a toaster. He said, for what?
Right.
For toast? He said, man, you know that thing to the right of you? Mm-hmm. You go toast bread in there. I said, dog, that's an oven.
Oh yeah.
He was like,
Right underneath.
right.
You can go underneath or up top. That's right.
He was like, I was a single man. That's how you, bro, I know you grew up with a toaster. I'm buying a goddamn toaster. And I better not catch you with no toast in my toaster.
right.
It's just shit in the oven. A ninja.
Facts.
Yeah, that's everything.
Facts. Shout
Like
out
the little the air fryer ninja thing.
Yeah.
Rand's got a little money. I don't know about that.
I ain't getting ninja because I went to,
That's why it's called
That's
Chef
because how
Man.
much do I work? I've always
got a
had two
recall
jobs.
on it.
I forget what I got, but I want the ninja, the knives, like with the cutter, with the sharpener joint.
Yes.
But when I looked at the price, I was like,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
nah,
That's
let
right.
me
He got a couple dollars.
let me go back to doing this with
he
the
got a
little
couple
Just to
dollars.
clarify, that is because I've always had two jobs, working 70 hours a week.
And you lived out
So-
Cherry Hill East.
Thank you.
I did,
Right.
man.
He can say whatever he wanted to say. He got a couple dollars. He's so good.
You know, listen, I can't,
Nah.
I will say this. I always say to my parents, because they always did make me work, though, for everything. And I appreciated that.
That's
for
what's
them.
up.
I
That's the
always,
key to me. That's the
like-
key.
Yeah,
like I
bro,
said,
you ain't worked no damn where.
I mean, but I had my
You ain't worked.
dad because I was playing everything. I was playing all
a
sports.
brick house in Centerville.
I understand that.
Stop it. Don't
But
even.
I had to do.
Good job, Randy. Don't let him tell you.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying, because I was given the situations, but it was always you're going to start to learn, and that's how I feel like the best way.
What
to do
I'm
it.
I don't want
saying
him to
is
say shit
what I
about
say.
working nowhere.
But I had to. I mean, I had to do like chores and like I just couldn't.
Cutting
Just, I
it- you
didn't
didn't
just.
get paid for
I had to
cutting
cut the
the
grass and all of that. That's a lot of grass. You know, all that grass out there. I had to cut all that grass
Yeah, you
with a
right.
push mower.
Like,
Took me like 2 days.
with the old blades.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's like-
didn't even have an
There
engine.
was no gas?
No, the gas, the gas joint. I'm sorry. No, not the old blades, not the old blades. I did have a gas joint, but
I saw.
I tried to get
one
my
guy
dad. I
out
was
the
like, yo,
other day
dad, let me get you gonna get the riding joint, right?
No.
That's what
So-
your legs is for.
at one point, we lived in Franklin Township, and we lived on 5 acres of land. And
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
my dad would have me and my brother cut the grass
So
with a
you feel my
regular
pain.
push.
That's
Yes.
work. That's work.
But my dad could afford a ride lawnmower. Like, what the hell?
I was
He
there
had
'cause-
y'all. That's
I
what
was
he had
there
kids
because we
for.
were.
So I strategically found other activities: basketball, baseball, field hockey, church. I started being part of the group at
Like, I'll go
church
everything. I got the
listen,
grass.
just not to be home. Just not to be home. Saturday mornings, I'd be like, oh, I got that program today. Oratorical contest.
Oh, we gotta
this
collect
year.
the leaves. Oh, I
Oh,
got
I
that.
got
I
that
got that
program.
thing, right.
I got that thing. You know that thing y'all signed me up for?
I remember when I was growing up too. We always had we had a leaf blower, whatever. But I never got to touch it. It was like, no, you have the rakes for you.
Got the rakes for you,
My dad
right?
was out with
Right,
the-
exactly.
We had to walk to get our mail
Exactly.
where I lived
all
at.
the way down.
Yeah, we
yes.
had to walk
Yeah,
to the
that's
mailbox.
funny.
I used to be tired after that. Like, yo, can I go to Camden now? Because I knew my grandma wasn't going to require nothing. I was
That's
cute.
what's up.
I was a cute grandkid. She ain't gonna require me to do nothing.
Oh man, that's
You
what's
had a
up.
leaf blower though?
I thought about that. Yeah.
Nah, man.
With a leaf blower.
No, we had rakes.
Yeah, rakes. Right.
And trash. See, in New Jersey, y'all do it differently, because y'all just put the leaves
Not
out
in
the
all
curb.
spots though. But not in
yeah.
all
We had
spots.
to bag 'em.
Yeah, we got bag them here
We
too.
had to bag
In this
'em.
area.
No,
you could drop it at the end of the.
I live in a hood. They don't give a shit. I live straight up in Camden, and your grass ain't gotta be a certain inch. As a matter of fact, I gotta call and complain because I got a pool in my backyard. So when I host little events, my neighbors' yards be jacked up. So I gotta call and complain because don't nobody take care of this stuff. Nobody.
Well, I mean, listen, sometimes I'll say this. Yard work is not the easiest work. I'm going to be honest with you.
I pay to get mine done now.
Okay,
I ain't
see,
even
you know
messing
why?
with
Because you did it when you were
Yeah,
younger.
exactly.
See,
Exactly.
That's what it is. That's why I pay for
never
mine.
done
too.
again.
So
Right.
what I
I'm
did
turned off.
Right.
for that.
was I bought my home when I was 19, right?
Okay.
My whole yard is concrete.
Oh, wow.
I was a single
Smart.
mother.
Smart.
I was a single mother, and I'm you know me. You heard you say I heard me say I was retired.
Yeah.
I was a cop with 4 kids.
Yeah.
Police?
I thought you did your research.
No, I didn't have the last name.
Tracy Hall.
Oh,
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
Police.
So, and I was raising 4 kids, and I was trying to cut grass. I got a burn on my arm, right? Because I didn't know, like, the little thing get hot, and I was trying to reach down and pick something. When I got that burn, fuck this grass. I got a fireman who was doing concreted my whole. I only got a little patch in the front yard.
Yeah.
That I'm getting ready to. I went to Vegas years ago, and the Wynn Hotel, they got the fake grass.
You gotta get some of that.
Oh, right in the front.
right in front of yeah, wrong with that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to water it.
Nothing.
You ain't got to worry.
Nothing.
That's fact.
Put you in
That's
AstroTurf.
definitely fact.
Old
Yeah,
school.
The old school turf. You know what I'm saying?
I will say now, finding a gardener, whoever,
Right.
is a vetting process for me.
Okay.
They try to go high for me, but once I find the right price, $35 front and back.
Yeah, we good.
Oh, we
a
good.
win.
We
That's a
golden.
win.
That's a win.
That's 2-year contract.
That's a
you know
win.
what I'm saying? They want
Yeah, I gotta-
75, 80
I cut it for
now.
32.
Yeah, I got the little in the front, and I got I'm on an alleyway. I'm a corner property, so I manicure the outside of my fence.
No
like I
doubt.
said, I got a pool, so I make sure the outside looks presentable. Cause I'm always hosting stuff at my house, and then a lot of times we come over and the weather's good. We out back smoking cigars, we, just chilling, like whatever. But I'm telling you, I live in the hood. There ain't no rules.
Ain't no rules.
All right.
It's every man for himself.
All right.
Like yesterday, because the weather's starting to break, I told him that I got a handyman that comes because I had a dog and he's kenneled.
Okay.
One thing I ain't clean up no shit. Like I pay, I ain't clean up no shit. So he comes, he cleans up the yard, bleach the concrete, scrub my concrete or whatever, and the where the dog is at.
Right.
I said, yo, while you here, shoot down that cover and take the cover off the outdoor furniture because it's been a cat that's been going up in there. I see him on my camera. So all winter the cat been going up, laying on my good furniture, right? So I said, take the cover off, and then I'm gonna take the covers off the pillows and take them to the laundromat and industrial laundromat and wash, right?
Yeah,
so I get ready for the spring.
Right.
So I take that off, I do all of that, and the fucking cats. Like, it's no rules. Like, the cats is taking over my yard. I got a pit bull that's cool with the cat. He must be telling them, go ahead, they not coming out back. Just go up and lay up on there,
So now you feel me when I say I raised my cat like a dog. You know what I'm saying?
My dog runs the show.
Rocky gangster.
Rocky.
Well, my dog only mess with people. Like, he don't.
He'll mess
You
with
know,
the
remember
cat.
that cat? 'Cause that cat, I'm telling you what Rocky do. Rocky will raise up and be like this. Bang, bang, bang. He be having the balls.
Yo, it's so bad.
Them
Yo, that's
Ginsu
funny.
nails, please.
And then,
I don't want that work.
the cat walked through the alleyway as I'm getting the yard cleaned up yesterday, right? Here you go, walking through the alleyway, looking at my gate.
Gangster.
Like, I'll be
gonna be
back.
up in there.
I'll be back.
I'm glad you cleaning up
Right,
because the weather about to
You
blow.
know what I'm saying?
While you're
I'll
at
be
it, fluff
back.
that
We
pillow
coming
for
through.
Fluff that pillow for me, exactly.
You know the real test is, does he come back when the spring hits?
Yes.
I was gonna say, you're gonna see him out there on your freshly clean pillow.
He does at
Chilling.
night.
Yes.
No, I watch him on the camera.
You're going to be chilling.
No.
You
Dead
might have to have a
ass.
talk with him. Might have to have a talk with him.
Dead ass. I watch
Yo,
him on the
that's funny.
camera get comfortable in the corner of the cut, of the sectional joint. I'm like, yo,
funny.
I'll be watching the camera, pissed as hell, like, and then I know if I go out there, he gonna move, but then as soon as I come, he gonna
go back out there.
back.
It's a losing battle.
It is.
Now let's before we wrap this up, let's talk about your PA announcing and all of that. How'd y'all get involved with that? Like, how'd
That's
that come
more.
about?
That's more Brice.
All right, so how did I start that? All right, so I'm with my voice every day. So it's nothing special about it. I'm just who I am.
Right.
But then over the years, people say like, "Oh my gosh, I love your voice. Oh my gosh." And I just be like, "Yo, I appreciate you." This and that. But I'm just like, just talking. I'm just being regular.
Right.
So, but you know what? I started doing the announcing when I was at Penns Grove, and my man Anwar Golden, he wanted me to do football.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, I don't really, you know. He's like, yo, come on, please. I was like, all right, cool. So I did it. And I like football. I can watch it.
Right.
It's all good. I know whatever, but I don't know the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I might have been missing plays. Plus, I'm like blind mellow jelly, right? So I can't see. You know what I mean? So we sitting way up there. You want me to kind of like see.
Right.
I can't see the number, though, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really saying much, so I didn't really do a good job. So I'm like, all right, yo, that's cool. So then he needed me again, and I said, all right, I did it. And I just didn't care no more.
Okay.
And then now I'm announcing certain things. But then I would start teasing the crowd, so they come in with the nachos and cheese. I'm like, Dad, somebody hungry than a mug right now. Look at you. Yo, don't drop that. Don't you drop it. And I just started having fun with it.
Got you.
And then I started getting better with it. Okay. But when basketball comes, I know basketball.
Right.
And this was like my favorite place to go when I was a kid. Even though I'm from New York, Julius Erving's from pretty much where I'm from. I'm from Long Island, right? And we used to come to the Spectrum all the time. Okay. So the greatest announcer was Dave Zinkoff. The greatest. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I kind of want to, you know, try to follow in that footsteps. Like it's when I think about something, I think about a dream. I'm like, yo, I think I could do that.
That's what's up.
And I think I could be like big, like, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is like, okay, and I'm just. Where I'm from, I don't copy. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you.
If you got a certain pair, like you got hot Adidas, whatever, like I like it, I'll never get them joints because I'm like, nah, my man. I got you. That's like, nah, I ain't like that, right? So I'm not gonna do what everybody else do. I want to do how I do. So I just been kind of doing it, and then I'm like, yo, I wouldn't mind doing that as a career. Okay. So that makes me keep doing it. So that's how, and I knew Rob Page, shout out to him, he put me on to that tournament or whatever, and I just been soliciting my name, like, yo, my goal is to be the best announcer in South Jersey, and then take it from there, and then take it from there, and take it from there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and then, of course, you know, I say, yo, Randy, what up? Come through, because Randy can work the clock, and he could do whatever, whatever.
You set me up.
You set me up that time. You got some bread, though, right?
You did, because he said, come through, work the clock. And, of course, my first time working a clock, I screw it up with like 14 seconds left in the game. Coaches are looking at me like, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at Jay like, listen. Next
game
time,
was that?
Prepare. That was at the Paul VI tournament.
Oh,
yeah,
Paul VI.
You know, but then no, actually, too. Shout out to with Pensgrove because I was able to announce the games.
Right.
With Coach Emmel.
Yeah.
You know, and that was one of the ways that we grew too was meeting the coaches through that.
Corona has a big connection with y'all too.
Yeah,
they do.
He had it in 2014, and then y'all started the podcast, and then you was able to Corona. Listen,
I mean
that connected y'all.
It did. That was my thing.
That virus binded y'all.
He had the original one. I tried.
He had the original one, the original strand.
That was my thing, when he gave me the opportunity to be the announcer too and do this, like when I was young, like I always dreamed. This was the dream, you know, like I would sit there and you laugh. I used to have a little hand radio or a recorder. And I would record the Phillies game sitting in front of my TV. You know, so I always wanted to be an announcer, do the podcast. So this is like trying to still chase that dream, like Jay says. Like,
well, listen, it's working for you guys.
Fellas, future plans. You know what I'm saying? What y'all see with this podcast? I mean, just going to rock out till we can't rock out no more? Or got things in the work? Or
I mean, like, I'll let you say it too, Jay. But I think, you know, one of the things that we've been doing too is expanding out to more in the community.
Okay.
Being involved. You know, we had the opportunity, you know, to be involved with the Voorhees Basketball Association a couple weeks ago when we were doing the announcing for their middle school championships, which was cool to grow us. And then next week we're going to be involved with the Voorhees Baseball Association. Their opening day, doing like the announcements and stuff. So I think the goal is to continue our base, you know, of and be with the coaches and the community, but just really building it more in the community and just making a name. I mean, you know, if the script went the way it be, you know, that someone would pick us up and this would be our job.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, that's the ultimate goal.
Right.
You know, and I always say, like, you got to be chasing like a dream. Like we all have what brings in the bills and what pays the bills. But if you're not chasing something that gets you excited, then you're not living. So
I agree.
Yeah, so I mean, I totally agree with that. You know, that's the goal, to try to get on Sirius. try to just, generate, to keep doing it.
Right.
Keep doing it, and in some way, some fashion is going to catch.
Gotcha.
So I feel like if isn't that what we teach kids, right? That's what we teach. I know that's what I teach my own kids, and I teach everybody at council, like, yo, listen, you got a dream, you got to keep going after it, pursuing it, when everybody else is like, yo, why they doing
Right,
that?
right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right. Nah.
Keep doing it. 4 walls was poster boards.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it originally was, poster boards that I shopped to not just my friends but also to my family. No one believed.
Gotcha.
Until I just had, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing it.
Right.
I believe.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying, I had the faith. So, I feel like, as long as we keep doing the due diligence and
Right.
being consistent.
Consistent. That's
Consistent
it.
is
That's the
definitely
big
what
word.
consistency
Yeah,
is.
fact.
Consistent, we'll be fine. And
Right.
whatever we're going to be, it's going to
Gonna
happen.
be,
It's
right,
just,
right.
It's just got to happen. Everything's in God's speed.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we just
right,
try to,
right.
Sure.
we just got to take our time with it. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure.
And get better.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Get
Right.
better. Like
Growth.
me and Randy, he gets upset with me. He gets upset with me. You know what I mean? And I'll tell him, like, we were doing a live show. We were at the Voorhees basketball gym, right? I said, Randy, if you stand there, the mic is gonna
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't stand there. So in his mind, he's like, man, shut up. I'm gonna stand
Yeah,
right here.
I don't know. I mean,
So he stands right there, and next thing you know, and it just keeps happening.
I would like to come back on and do a tell-all Randy's version.
Yeah, because
And I say well, Randy, why?
The truth behind the,
The
let's
truth
get it-
behind.
Yeah, the truth
behind
behind
the story, the
Yeah.
truth behind the story.
Yeah.
So
No.
it's
That's
those
what's up.
things.
Yeah.
It's just a constant work,
Right,
right?
right,
Just
right.
constantly getting better, because I think that we have to be able to bring excellence to it, and excellence takes time to develop.
definitely.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
That's the
We know.
same thing. You got to work at your craft. You got to work at
And I think it's
what
cool
you're
because,
doing.
I mean, even like we've been out, I've been out, people are like, oh, yeah, no, you do that podcast. And like when you don't think that it's actually.
all the time.
Yeah, you don't think it's actually reaching people.
Right.
Or like, and then all of a sudden someone says it to you and you're like, all right, like
Yeah.
we're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with
definitely.
us. Like I get that I know you from somewhere, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
definitely.
what could it be?
Yeah.
Oh, you do that podcast with Coach Bird. I was like, oh yeah, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. For us, I'm a talker, but I cannot talk to. Right, if that makes sense. So he was like, listen, cuz I want you to come on full time. And I'm like, yeah. And I don't think that's my thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now that we've been doing it and the topics and the interests and just hearing people and people saying that they watch us and I'm like, yo, like we about to blow up. I feel like Martin, right? I feel like Martin. And I'm like, eventually we're going to get a sponsorship and we're going to be on serious. We're going to be somewhere. You know what I mean? But this is the thing, but the ultimate goal for us is to continue to reach the young athletes and their parents to educate them on the ins and out and what happens when the ball stops bouncing and how
that's
to
a great-
recover
I like
from
that
that.
right there.
You
What
know,
happens when the ball
stops
Yeah, 'cause
bouncing.
it's gonna stop eventually.
And we talk about that all the time and where are you going to be emotionally, mentally, and physically when that ball stops?
Right.
Will you be prepared for when that stops? So that's why we always try to bring people on about education, about other avenues, nonprofits, businesses, entrepreneurship, other things, not saying that every kid don't have the potential to be, because we all do. And everybody, if they put the talent, the energy into their craft, you can get a free education out of it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And that's definitely the goal, to get a free education, because of course everybody gonna make it to that major level, but you can get a free education. Then after you get that free education, what you gonna do with it? You know what I mean? So we always try to keep this going so we can just let them know that what happens when it all stops. Right?
One of the things my son, he told me the other day, right? So my uncle, he's he's been a gym teacher up in Boston, up in the Roxbury, West Roxbury, Dorchester area for like 40 years.
Okay.
So my son came to me the other day and was like, yo, I think I might want to be a gym teacher, because like, yo, he did some type of you know, with the school he's at right now, King's Christian, he has to do like some service hours and stuff like that, and they really liked him, and he got along with the kids. Kids love him, and it just comes natural. And I'm like, yo, yeah, well, that's a good thing. But see, you know what? You have to have multiple plans and multiple dreams,
right?
Not just one,
right?
And that's where I think that, you know, along with you guys, like, and it's actually a privilege to kind of be, we all kind of champion and being in the same fight to help kids understand that, yo, listen, it's not just one thing.
Right.
Like, you should be dreaming every day. One of my dreams was to drive the Long Island Railroad or to drive the Paco. I'm still trying to figure out, like, how I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how I'm going to drive the train just to drive it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to figure that out.
Right.
And if I could do that and I'm 46, why can't kids that's younger than me doing the same thing? You know what I mean? So it's always a pleasure to be in the fight alongside other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we just got to keep fighting. Like, you know, when you were saying that 4 walls was a poster board, right? You said poster.
They were 4 poster boards.
4 poster board
of dreams.
So after my son passed away, I was trying to figure out how to develop a platform, a space for young black and brown young men who are athletically inclined and athletes to be able to say they weren't okay, right? I was trying to figure out how to create this space, right? And how to show the young men support, right? Because it's a bunch of supports out here for girls.
Sure.
Prom dresses, all of that, this, that, that. Like, it's really no support for young men, because in our community and culture, you're supposed to be okay. You can't cry. You cry, you're a punk. You can't. So I was trying to create that space, right? Create that space. So I'm driving up this main avenue in Camden. It's called Mount Ephraim, and it's a little slope by Virtual Hospital. It's a slope. I'm leaving the police station, and I'm contemplating: do I stay? Do I quit? Do I go with Metro? Like, I lost a lot of the time with my children, saving other people. Gotcha. Like, where do I go from here? I just lost my son. Like, where do I go from here, right? So as I'm getting off the 6 to 6 at night to 6 in the morning shift. As I'm at the bottom of the hill, the sun is rising. We call my son Day-Day. Daylight.
Gotcha.
So I go home, I start calling my crew. And my crew ain't my crew. My crew is my kids' crew.
Okay.
My support system ain't never been my friends.
Right, I got you.
My support system has always been my son and my daughter's friends.
Right, I got
my working board is my son and my daughter's friends.
Yeah.
My executive board is like 2 or 3 of my friends.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But that's on paper. But my actually working staff is my kids' friends, right? So I go to them, I'm like, listen, what y'all think about this? What y'all think about this? That's what they said. We down for whatever, T, whatever you want to do. Now in our community, they thought I had like a third eye on my head. She want to deal with mental health? Nah, whoa.
Right.
Ain't no space for that here.
Right.
Here we are 10 years later, and it's a big space for it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
We deal with it every day, all day.
Absolutely.
And you
That's
know,
facts.
now I'm in a high school teaching teen mental health first aid. But you know what I mean? And I'm teaching strategies on how they can do peer-on-peer mediation. You know, my thing is, 10 years ago, this shit was just a thought in my head. But I had to believe in me. And my passion and what I wanted and what I wanted to see for my community.
Yeah.
Right.
And if I could add to that, it sounds like just listening to you, right? And again, wherever I go, I'm a counselor, so please forgive me if I start counselizing stuff. So. But you have faith, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, where I'm recognizing that, and I thank you for that, to be honest, because that's something that I'm struggling with, to be honest with you. Honestly speaking, we all doing so much. I'm doing a lot. I'm actually probably doing too much, right? And I'm like, I feel like God is saying, go this direction, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm scared. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want to go back to being, you know what I'm saying, where that different regard that I was before.
Right.
But
hearing that, it's like, I thank you for that, because these are all like different things that I play in my mind. I ponder all the time. So
he'll tell you, I woke up and I told my family,
like,
I said, today be my last day wearing this uniform.
That's it, right?
They was like, what you gonna do? I don't know, God got me. I didn't know, I had no idea.
Right.
My youngest daughter was in her 2nd year in college.
Wow.
I had no idea, but I knew one thing for sure and 2 for certain. he brought me through it, and he ain't gonna fail me now. Something God give.
Listen, that is exactly what somebody, shout out Miss Toko, that's exactly what she said. She said, well, has he failed you before? I said, no, he always brings about the perfect conclusion.
And you gotta rest on that. Because that's the human in you. Right? That's the human in you, right? That's the human in you. That's the human in you. But my thing is, at the end of the day, and everything, like you said, is God's speed, God's time, and God's plan. And God put the right people, not just my cousin Sedge, my cousin Adrian, my aunt, my kids' friends, and a couple other friends, Nam Nelson, Lando Pettigrew. He put the right people in my space to say, we got you.
Got you. Okay.
It's going to work itself out.
Okay.
Definitely.
And now we on the other side of it, and people are actually inquiring. Yo, can we use daylight services? We got a group of kids. Like you were here. We happy to have y'all here. Good luck. And I'm like, wow. Because just 5 years ago, people was like, man, ain't no need for that.
Yeah. Nah, that's true.
Right.
What they doing?
That's true.
Who are they? What is it?
Nah, facts.
Right.
Definitely facts. That's
Good
what's
stuff.
up.
I appreciate that inspiration.
That's what's up.
'Cause I'm serious. I'm dead serious. When I tell you, I'm at that crossroads. I don't know. I don't know if I can keep doing both because it's too heavy.
But just understand this: whatever you decide to do, make it make sense.
Oh yeah, no, it do.
Make it, you know what I mean? Make it make sense,
Right.
and make sure it ain't gonna have you in a point where you real live stressed out. But my thing is, open up your ears, because when you praying about it, He telling you.
Yeah.
You just don't want to listen.
I always say, I ask God to order the steps, but then when I'm in the steps, I'm like,
Are you sure?
Yeah, right. It's just
Are you sure? Am I going far?
I don't know.
That's what's up.
No. So no, I appreciate
That's what's
that
up.
though. That was
That's
great
definitely what's
reflection.
up. Now, before we wrap this up, the studio, is that that's all four walls, the studio that y'all shoot your podcast at?
Three-course meal, a future that's bright, beautiful kids with
So what I did was, shout out to my man Ramos. My man Ramos took everything out of my garage and I built it in the garage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so your
Okay,
studio's
so that's
in
in
your
your
garage?
garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right. That's what's up.
We will be, hopefully, maybe, because I just opened up a counseling office in Voorhees.
Okay.
So might even stretch out where I might be able to get some more space.
Okay.
Where we might even start doing it there.
Okay.
'Cause
Got you.
I really want to separate the work from the crib.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah, definitely.
And I don't think I'm doing any more music or whatever, but every once in a while I feel
Right.
like itch and I feel like I want to make some beats.
Right.
So for me, I'm the type of counselor that anytime you'll always visit my office, there's gonna be one of those.
I got
there's
you.
gonna be some type of Fruity Loops or some type of MPC, some type
Right.
of beat
I
making.
got you.
It's
I
gonna
got
be
you.
records. It's always gonna be
I
that
got you.
because I got adult ADHD.
I got
so.
it.
That must be the New York in you.
I got
Yes.
you.
That's the New York in you.
Yes.
That's what's up.
I gotta have different things
Any
around.
shout outs before we get out of here?
No, I appreciate you guys having us on.
Ah, man. Thank you for coming on.
And just continuing to grow. Obviously, shout out to my boy Matt, who who you teach with over Matt Goldstein.
Yep. Goldie.
I told
Shouts
him,
out to Goldie.
I told him I should be on the BYRDCAGE. He was like, okay. I just appreciate it. I think it's awesome seeing us all come together. Like, we all have the same vision.
Right,
the
right,
same goal.
right.
And I think that's really cool, too. Because sometimes, you can either have people like this that are, work against each other instead of working
Right.
together.
We
and I
know.
think it's fun,
We know that.
And it's like, why am I going to help promote that
Right,
podcast? Or why am I going to help promote these
facts,
people? But I think it's great.
But then you think about it, like, yo, here's what I was just thinking about, like,
I
yo.
wasn't finished.
Oh, okay, pardon me. But yo, listen, if we wasn't fishing that day, and I was like, yo, listen, go talk to him now. Like, yo, don't talk to him now, man. Come on, man, let's go talk to him.
I felt like a runner. I felt like a runner.
Yo, listen, man, yo, he's legendary, man. We get him, yo.
I really
good.
did. In the beginning,
But
I felt
then-
like a
but
runner
then-
because he was like,
but
go,
check
go,
it,
go, go, go.
But check it, though. If you didn't do that, I didn't expect him to be like, yo, well, listen, yeah, hell yeah, I go on yours, but then you gotta come
Yeah,
on.
right.
Oh, you doing the same thing? We all doing the same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Who wouldn't know that though? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. So good stuff. Though.
Any shout outs?
Yo, just shout out to everybody out there that got a dream and that's trying to kind of bring it into fruition. So keep moving, keep striving. Shout out to all the kids, even the adults. Everybody's out there just got something that they believe in. Hopefully, watching this and seeing all of us kind of come together, collaborate. And then, also just hearing our individualized stories as well, then you'll understand that, as long as you got a dream, you could see it come to fruition if you're just consistent with it. So just shout out everybody out there. Shout out to my family members. And that's about it, bro.
That's what's up.
And like you said, real quick, like we talked about the coaches, just the one thing to all the coaches out there is, you'll never get the best on-field performance if the off-field isn't in place.
That's definitely facts. Definitely facts. Fellas, again, I definitely appreciate y'all, you know what I mean, for coming on. Please make sure you check out the Let's Get It podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure the information is up where you can find that. It's a great thing that y'all doing over there.
Appreciate that.
I truly had a good time when I was a guest on there, you know what I'm saying? And I enjoy the episodes. I love how they get after each other. You know what I'm saying? When they start talking about the Philly teams, you know what I'm saying?
I do, and I don't even want to. No, I'm serious. I don't even want to.
I'm gonna bring you out though, because you can't root for all the New York teams. That's
I thought that you were the one. You were the one that said, "Why is it that you live in New Jersey? Yeah, the proximity. Why you? Yeah, I watched it, and I'm like, yo,
don't agree with him.
No,
Okay,
because I'm gonna let you know what's going on.
Okay.
So Trenton separates South and North in Central Jersey. That's the separation, right?
I-95.
Yeah.
195. Excuse me.
Yeah, that separates.
So that's like the Mason-Dixon line of New Jersey.
New Jersey.
That's what you tell us.
Yeah, basically. Basically. If you know, you know.
Okay.
So that's it right there. That's why.
We literally stand in our neighborhood and throw a damn rock at Philly, because you can in Camden. This is why Camden folk and South Jersey folk support Philly teams.
Yes.
Right? Most of us, not saying me, but most of the people from our neighborhood can't even tell you what North Jersey look like. None less New York.
Crazy, right?
Well, this guy here, he thinks because he's from New York,
He can root for all of
And
them.
even Buffalo, right? He said something about Buffalo. I think I heard that.
Go Bills.
Well, no, listen. My thing is this. Like I
Go
tell them all
Bills.
the time.
You do know that where you from, it's a long ways to Buffalo.
No, but it's not. Listen, it's the fact
here
that
comes
they're
the counselor
no,
trying
it's not no counselor. No, don't analyze, because once you analyze, I switch up quick. No. The thing is that New York is New York, whether it's upstate New York, Long Island, whatever. Now we might enter beef or enter like crack or whatever, but if there's a team from New York, I'm rooting for.
See, but
New York
Jersey
team.
ain't like that.
No, Jersey's more like it's more like you kind of so you're rooting for the Philly team,
Yes.
but you're from Jersey, so why wouldn't you root for the Jersey team? But you don't. I don't understand. You're from Jersey. When you were in the party or when you was in school, whatever, you was like, yo, Jersey, yo, New Jerusalem, yo, you know what I mean?
Never did.
Jersey.
No.
You didn't say Philly.
No, we said Camden. Every time we go places,
Okay,
we
that's
say
fine.
we never
That's
say
okay.
Jersey. When
That's
they say
even-
it's Jersey in the house, we be like Camden.
Okay, right, but you spoke when they first said it as
Jersey,
Jersey in the house.
got you.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, okay, you repping your state, that's your brand. Why? I'm not saying I have love for Philly, absolutely, because we had love for the Nets in New York. We used to watch them. Why not? But my thing is, how come you ain't got no love for the Nets, though? Or the Devils? Or even, I would even say even the Giants, even though they have the New York team, the New York thing,
gotta
they
understand,
pay
you
taxes in Jersey.
You crossed the line. No, it's the line.
It's okay.
You know, look at the what New Jersey, and you see that little cut when you know the shape, the little cut.
And then I see the bridges that cross into Philly. You know what I mean? You're still Jersey, though. You know what I mean? But it's all good.
We can debate this forever.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Proximity
do every
thing.
show.
Right. So who got the best cheesesteak? To watch this, though.
No, Philly.
Jersey or Philly?
Philly.
Philly.
Philly all day.
Oh, Philly.
Philly all
Wow.
day.
But
Philly
there's some
all
good
day.
spots
There's
in
some
Jersey.
good ones.
But you can't
in
mess with a
Jersey.
donkey.
Oh,
Can't
yeah. We got
nobody
that
mess
on.
with a donkey.
Yeah, we
stay
got that
hands
on.
down.
We
No,
got that
I mean,
on.
D'Alessandro's can't though, right? They're in Philly though, right?
D'Alessandro's is good, but it's
Nah,
not.
No,
it's
it's not a donkey.
donkeys. It's
Never
not
had a
donkeys.
Have you had a donkey?
Of course I had a donkey. But I'm just trying to prove my point. Wait a minute, hold up. So, so donkeys is a cheesesteak, right?
Yes.
So who has the best cheesesteak?
I'm still say Philly. I mean, donkeys is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
great.
There's some-
But I've
Still say
had
Philly. I
better
still say Philly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I say
but
Philly.
when it comes to that different type of cheesesteak, because donkeys is a different type of cheesesteak.
You get the
It
Hands
is.
down.
It is.
You know what I
It
mean?
is.
So
It is.
we stand alone on that.
Yeah, donkeys hands down.
Especially the way it's on the round bun
the round
with the,
bun, the
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. So that
I
whole
get
gives
that.
it a whole separate,
Different vibe.
yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
I got
So
you.
Facts.
I got you. I
That's
got
what's up.
got you.
Cuz, you know, as always, thank you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love you. There is no Birdcage show without cousin Tracy. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
So thank you. Appreciate that. Orlando and Bill, they sent me something. They're starting a bowling league.
bowling with a purpose, and
I'll make
yeah.
sure the information is up when this airs.
Please.
So please check that out and
Teams
come
of
out
4.
and support. We might have to get a team. I mean, I'm averaging like probably 90.
Yes.
I crack 100
Are
sometimes.
we allowed to use bumpers? Because if we can't use bumpers, I don't want no parts.
You said about 90?
Yeah,
I'm about 90 too.
Yeah.
But once the drink starts and people start talking,
right.
So
right.
will be a pin
Okay,
center?
okay,
Is it gonna be a pin
okay.
center?
No,
You know, pin centers is a
It is
spot.
at Penn Center.
Is that Penn Center?
I think it's at
Oh,
Penn
that's right.
Center.
Penn Center's is a
No,
spot.
it might be at Westbrook.
I think it's at Westbrook.
Okay,
I
Penn
think it's at
Center's
Westbrook.
might be
Yeah,
at
it's from
Westbrook.
Penn Sputters. Yeah. Penn. I like Penn
Westbrook
Sputters.
is in the Brooklyn Circle.
Yeah. I think it's there.
Yeah, Westbrook. I think it's at
I
Westbrook.
think it's there. So we
That's
might
a nice spot. All of them got bars though.
We might have to look into that. You know what I'm saying? We might have to look into that.
I knew somebody was going to say something about creating a team. I really, bowling, tennis, ping pong. I suck. But everybody automatically assumes because you're a natural athlete that you.
Have some fun.
No, I suck.
Go out there and support. You know, they support us. So go out there
Absolutely,
and support,
absolutely.
have
But we
some fun.
might be able to create a
You know what
team. A
I'm
little
saying?
fun,
Yeah,
little Sunday
something.
fun.
Get A.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Sunday
saying? Get one
fun,
more.
yeah.
The bird seeds. We call it the bird seeds. You know what I'm saying?
We get a whole little team.
You know what I'm saying? What you got for us, cuz?
So I'm gonna say this. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Appreciate
Definitely know that Daylight will be reaching out the 4 walls. Trust me and understand when I tell you, it's gonna be something nice. We discussed dreaming, and for all our young people and our adults that was watching us, understand this: no one will ever support your dream the way you do.
Right.
Remember, your dream is your dream. Don't let anyone ever downplay your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations. Continue to do self-care. Continue to pour into yourself, and understand as long as you're dreaming, long as you're alive, you should be dreaming. Because every day when you wake up and your feet hit that floor, just know it's another day to be a better you. So don't never stop dreaming, and just always remember your dream is your own, and don't never let anybody tell you you can't do it. Because as long as you got some air in your lungs, you can make something happen. So remember, always dream big and dream for you.
Hey, that's why you close the show. You the closer. Yeah, that's why you close the show. Well, on that note, that's episode 90 in the books. Again, thank you guys. Appreciate you. And hey, once again, I'm Sechuaya, aka Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. And we'll talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.